Hello. So I want to get skate geeky here for a second. A couple things I wanted to show. First of all, this is my old deck, and I told Emily she could have it. I don't have trucks for it right now, but I'll probably get new trucks for the new deck. Put the old Dark Star trucks with the old wheels with the bad bearings, so that she doesn't get too much speed built up. Put it on the old deck, back the way, pretty much the way I bought it. And she can mess around on that. So first thing, old deck, gave it to her. She put stickers on it, and then I don't remember even how we started talking about stencils. I said, I was talking about I wanted to do some stuff on my deck, my new one, and she said something about a peace symbol. She has a shirt with a peace symbol on it, and she made a joke, or we were talking about doing a peace symbol, and she said we could stick it on with glue, and I said that wouldn't really last very long. Oh, and these are stickers that she got when I bought the new deck. She was with me, and the girl at the counter told her to take as many as she wanted. It was really cute. She took like 2 or 3, and the girl's like, no, really, take a bunch. They had a whole Tupperware bin full of them. She's like, take a bunch. Anyway, so a couple things. The stencil, I cut out a little peace symbol, and I probably made the outside a little too wide, but I wanted to make it easy to cut out, so I left it pretty wide. And I probably should have put a background down first, but I was just showing Emily how to stencil. So we did the white first, and then I remembered I had some black, so I just put a Tupperware lid over the original peace symbol, and then did the black to give it some highlight, because against the yellow with just the overspray you really couldn't see it. And I left it with the overspray just for kind of a gritty, grungy kind of look. I could have masked it off and that, but it was just a quick hit, quick tag. And then we made a heart, and I know it's not going to last on the grip tape, but it'll last long enough for her. And I tried to put it in the center, and I don't know what I was thinking. I obviously didn't get it centered, and then it occurred to me, and then I got some overspray down there anyway, even though I did mask that one off, but I think when I cleared the nozzle out, I wasn't paying attention to where I was putting it. And I don't know if it'll come out on the video, but this deck has a nasty tweak to it. You can see, you can see the twist to it. So the front is level, the back is twisted, the right is lower. Then if I straighten that out, there's the front. Nasty. That was the motivating factor for me to get a new one. Not that I could probably really feel it, but it was a good excuse. So somewhere, probably, I don't even know if it'll be this year. We'll get some new trucks out for this board, and then put the old ones back on that. So here's my setup, and a couple things I want to show here. I just put a couple stickers on it for now. I may do some small stenciling. I originally put the peace symbol here just so I knew where the tail was. But then when I cut out the heart, I did the positive of the heart on hers and decided to put the negative on mine up there. And I know that'll wear off in no time, but it was just something fun, silly to do. So peace and love. And then the other thing that I did tonight, actually I did yesterday morning real quick, I mocked up some riser pads, because just going into the living room on the first night I had this, I got that little bit of wheel bite right there. And as you can tell from the old deck, I had a ton of wheel bite. And I should put a sticker over that side, but here's a lot here, and there's a lot there, and there's a lot there. And since same trucks, I figured I wanted to avoid the wheel bite on the new deck. And I'm a cheap bastard, and I didn't think of riser pads while I was there. And so I originally made them out of those shims, and what you'll notice is because they're shims, one side was higher than the other. The front, I think, was higher than the back by a little bit. And then my hardware wasn't long enough, so last night I went to the hardware store. Again, actually I tried the skate shop, and the place I went to in McHenry, a lot of clothes, a couple decks, not a whole lot of hardware. So they didn't have 1.25" hardware. They only had 1 inch. So since I went to Ace Hardware, got the right ones. These are number 10, 32 threads per inch. Number 10, 32, and I got 1.25". And they were, I think, 14 cents each or something like that. And then today, since I had more time, I cut out blocks basically like this. I cut I got some, it's like lathing basically, lathe for plaster, and it's what is it, 1.5 inch wide, and then it's a big stick of it, and then I just cut it down to basically fit underneath the trucks as riser pads. And drilled them out. This one's split, that's why I've got an extra one. It was the first one I did and I was pushing too hard. Then I realized, with the drill, and then I realized I just got to ease them in. And then what I also did, because it was too close to the end, you see that they run this way. I thought about doing it this way, but it just worked out that the width-wise, two of them pretty much filled under the truck, as you can see. So that I didn't have like two in a piece or anything like that. But since this was close to the edge, you see this bolt is right on the corner, and this one not so much. I kind of cheated them down a little bit so I had a little bit more meat and didn't split the wood on the rest of them. So that's why there's a little bit of overhang here and a little bit of overhang here. And I hope that having that stress point, there's enough of a lip there that it catches all the wood. So it's not like it's hanging off in space or anything. But I did skate yesterday for, I don't know, only about 5 minutes just to try out the new deck with the cedar shims, and didn't get any new wheel bites, so that was encouraging. So I think I'm going to like this setup. Trucks are a little bit narrow for this deck. That's a 7 1/4 or 7 3/4. This is 8 1/4, so they're about ½ inch narrow, and probably won't tell on the camera, but they are noticeably narrow. But when you're riding it, I rode it, I felt really good on it, having the more width and the more length, the wider wheelbase on it yesterday. So I really did enjoy it, and I hope I can continue to enjoy it. The only problem is that now that I changed the bolts out after I did my paint job, I've got silver heads where not long ago, I already put them away, but not long ago I had painted, they were black to start with, and then they were painted to match the design, but now of course they don't match the design. Oh well, that's my skate geekery. 38-year-old midlife skater. Someone on Flickr insinuated I'm a poser, so be it. But I'd rather be a poser on a skateboard or out on a dirt bike or whatever else it is that I'm posing than sitting on the couch getting fat eating donuts. So there you have it. Rock on.